Every industry has its rebel, the one brand that says we'll never sell out. For Swiss watchmaking, that's always been H.Moser&Cie. But now they're growing, collaborating, and expanding. And the question feels bigger than watches. What happens when rebellion meets mainstream? We went to Moserland in New York City to find out, are they still fighting the mundane? Are they still fighting the system? Or are the rebels of watchmaking dead?
Hey, Mike DeWaze here with the Watch Bros. I'm here with Bertrand, co-owner of Moser. So I know last year Edward shared some light on the soul of Moser. This year we'd like to talk to you a little bit about the collections that you have out, the pop collection, some of your collaborations, and more of the insights of that side of the business. Appreciate you having us out today.
Hi Mike, it's a pleasure to have you here in Moserland, in a beautiful day in New York actually. Yeah, more than happy to discuss and go more deeper into Moser.
Moser's always walked the lines between elegance and rebellion. How would you describe where the brand's attitude is today?
We are a mix between very traditional watchmaking, in the way we make our watches, in the finishing of our movements, in the way we make the movements. But at the same time, we try to give a very modern look to our watches. It's something very important. And I think it's a strong DNA of the brand to have this mix between traditional. We believe in this beautiful industry, in this beautiful craftsmanship. So we love the way we should make our movements and this traditional way of making our products. At the same time, there is an evolution of the industry, of the products that the customers are looking for. You need to surprise them, come with new, modern approach to looking to show a watch, and I think that's what Moser is strong about, is to have this mix between traditional watchmaking and really trying to mix with modern dials, modern approach to the design, new materials, new sort of complications, and to make the DNA of the brand.
I'll tell you, that's what I love the most about Moser. It's not the atypical watch that you see out there. They really step out. You guys step out in a great way, fun, creative,
yeah.
But also classy and elegant.
I think it's what Moser is about, and we don't hesitate to take risks, to come with new products. Sometimes it works, some more than sometimes less, but we need to get out of our comfort zone to create new products. We had this customer that told us once, I don't love everything you do, but I love the exercise of what you are doing. When you try to create something new, you don't hesitate to push it further than any other brands. Whether I like this particular product, maybe not, and I will not acquire it, but I like the exercise that you pushed the product to the maximum. Let's talk a little bit about the Gasly collaboration.
You know, how did that relationship start? I'd love to know that. And then also, what do you want this to say about the connection between high performance racing and high-end watchmaking?
So the connection started linked to our partnership with Alpine, the Formula One team, and Pierre Gasly is one of the drivers there. So when we signed with Alpine, afterwards we met with Pierre. We got along with him, with his team very well. We got close. He's a French guy. We speak French, and so we got great relations. So we discussed, should we do a private partnership as well, separated to the team, and both wanted to. We believe that Pierre had similar values than us, and again, a lot of our partnership is really based on relationship, and I think it's where with Pierre it really clicked. He was our first ever ambassador. We managed to create this very special relationship together. To give an example, when we had the launch of the piece in Singapore 2 weeks ago. So with my brother, we were both in Singapore. We had a huge party for the launch of the Pierre Gasly collaboration. 8 to 11 p.m. event, 200 guests, was exciting. And at the end of it, he's like, guys, I'm going to play football now. Come with me. Let's go play football. I'm playing with the mechanics of the team. Let's have fun. And we finished by at 1 a.m. in the morning in Singapore.
That's
playing
great.
a football game with Pierre Gasly, a few other F1 drivers actually. Yeah. It shows that it goes beyond business, or it's really a collaboration, a friendship that we created together that we appreciate a lot.
Do you see more collaborations coming down? Because I know you did the one with Studio Underdog, the Passion Project. Do you see Moser doing more of those style? Because that's a big step,
Yes.
stepping out with more of the micro boutique.
Yeah, but we will do different. Like we will not do again what we did typically with Studio Underdog. That was an amazing exercise, great partnership. But we try every collaboration to be very different. We have very different collaboration coming next year. Couple actually. One, I believe, quite surprising. Different from everything we did before. I'm extremely excited about it, but I cannot say more yet. Yeah. But it's going to be we have some great collaboration. Again, is all about same thing. It's a lot about partnership. We had a lot of discussions for collaboration that didn't go through because on the human side it didn't work. It's not even on the probably both brands and or person could have done something great, but it didn't work on the human side.
Yeah.
And building a product, you need to really on both sides. Typically with MB&F, we had a great collaboration because on both sides, the team, Max Büsser, ourselves, there was a connection that went beyond the product that I think have been seen in the product at the end. So when we work on collaboration, that part is extremely important. And at the same time, it needs to make sense for the brand that they are community, an interesting community on their side that we can target. They are that can help build the brand as well, and they are looking for the same thing on our side, and that's where it's an interesting exercise.
Yeah.
Collaboration is very interesting to work on because you learn a lot from what we did Undefeated. It was amazing to learn their side of the way they do their business in the sneakers, limited. How they sell it, how they market it is very different from our world, but at the same time there is a common community around it that was interesting for us to learn about.
Yeah, I think that's good insight. I think our audience would be curious about that, because it goes beyond the scope of just revenue. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into a collab. It's the people, it's the experience. It's friendships.
And again, when you do typically this Studio Underdog, it could have been a risk as well, in the sense that suddenly your community don't understand it, don't understand how you go with a micro brand, etc. So you need to be ready to take a certain risk, but you try to understand enough that your community that they will understand again the idea behind it, the passion you put into it, and again whether you like the product or not. As long as you understand the exercise of those sort of collaboration.
I love that about Moser. You guys do a good job of being bold when you step out. And then you can feel that as a fan or a follower or collector, the intent behind the collaboration. So yeah, really nice work there. Let's talk about the pop collection. So when I saw that was a really, speaking of bold, really bold. I love it. I love the play with the dials. This feels really feels like a joyful break from the minimalism that Moser is known for, almost like the brand letting your hair down. Is this something that we could see being woven to the DNA of Moser, or is it something that was like a one-off?
I will not completely agree with you. I think it's still a very minimalistic approach to this product, as we have no indexes on it, no logo. It's a very minimalistic, but yes, with an approach of 2 colors, this very strong mix of colors, and more importantly, this firework of release. Usually we do like one release here, one release, and suddenly, and even when we presented to our team a year and a half ago, when we said next year we want to do those stone dials, and we did all those design, and they were like, okay, so which one do we launch? And we're like, no, we're launching all of them. I remember my brother saying, no, we launch all of them. And they're like, what? And
this wasn't just a conceptual idea of one.
Even presenting, we have a traditional seminar where we meet all the team globally, and we showed that, and they're like, but we're really launching 18 different references. Like, yes, it's going to be a firework of color, a firework of fun, of pop, and that was really the idea behind it. And again, what I mentioned earlier, this mix between traditional and modernism. Stone dials exist in the watch industry for many, many years. We didn't invent it. It's not something new. However, the way we did it, the way we presented it, this mix of rose opal with Burma jade and the turquoise with a coral, and this, again, very strong pop colors together, that's something that's never been done before, and that we believe is very modern. What we did here, and that's why we did it also limited, it's a firework, and a firework is for a certain moment of time. And then we moved to another exercise. That was really a specific exercise that gave us a theme also to play around, linked to fun. Again, we want to show that the chance we have working with Moser and being Moser, and that I hope all the team is feeling, is that we love to have fun doing what we do. We love to show through the brand that through our products, through our marketing, through the way we do it, that yes, it's a serious job, it's a serious brand we're trying to build, but in a fun way.
I love that, because you can expect that from Moser, that you're not just boring and it's going to be the same, just a dial color change. We see that in the industry a lot. And
again, you need to do that at certain times. You need to evolve in your product, but you need to surprise as well with unexpected things. I think the Endeavor Pop was typically this. Nobody expected us to do that. And it came out. It was a huge success commercially, which is always a plus. But not only, it was a huge success on the marketing side. We had huge visibility, and through that we did events all over the world. That was a lot of fun with foosball, with games, and people had a lot of, and it really helped position the brand again, and people came out happy and enthusiastic around the brand.
Yeah, the branding's definitely fun, and it's definitely great. So Moser's growth has been remarkable, but the brand still feels personal and independent. How do you keep that sense of intimacy as you expand? So I guess, how do you keep Moser very rare?
The important part is that I believe today, producing 4,000 watches, we are more rare than 12 years ago when we were producing 300 or 400 watches. What we built throughout the 12, 13 years is brand awareness, is brand desirability, and we, at the number of watches we produce today, we have much more demand than when we were producing 300 and not really a brand name, and difficult to sell those 300 watches at that time. So I think we are more rare today than we used to be. But the very rare is not only about the product. The very rare is about being a family-owned and run. This is very rare in the company, with that my brother and myself not only own the company but also run it. So it gives us being very close to our community. Second part, that what makes Moser very rare is our manufacture, the way that we not only produce everything in-house, but we also create our movements, we have engineering. All that is very rare in the watch industry, and especially at our level. Making our own hairsprings. Only a handful of companies globally makes hairsprings. The products, the sexy, engineered sort of products, that's something very rare. And finally, the marketing approach. The way we approach our marketing is very rare in the watch industry. So all that together make Moser very rare.
I know that Claudio hinted that there might be a surprise on the horizon. Without giving too much away, what kind of emotion do you hope it stirs in this collection?
Well, depend on which horizon. We still have one big launch coming in Dubai Watch Week. We are very excited about it. I'm gonna give a hint. It's a new Streamliner with a new Complication. We're still finalizing. Actually, we made some changes last minute, but it should be ready on time for Dubai Watch Week in a month from now. But I think it's a great piece, great size, exciting Complication. But next year, I think I hinted in the different discussion. I think collaboration is very important next year. We have a great collaboration coming, and like every other years, we're trying to have exciting novelties. I think we are a brand that comes with quite a lot of novelties each year. That's why we stop a lot of models as well, constantly. Every year we stop models that we even just launched 2 years ago, in order to keep this creativity that we love. We love to design products. We design products for ourselves, for my brother and myself, the team. We are the target at the end of the day, and we love to do that. So it gives us opportunity to stay creative and design exciting products, hopefully, that the collectors enjoy to wear.
Let me ask more of a personal question. This is just out of my own curiosity. What's your favorite release from this year, from 2025? And then what's your favorite Moser watch, period?
That's two very difficult questions. I think the pop in general this year was a great achievement. I loved this in general, and in particular there are a few more. I love the coral and turquoise is my favorite of the pop. So I think really the pop was a great success. But at the same time, the Alpine also was a fun project. This having a driver and mechanics watch. Something again unexpected from Moser, to have a connected watch Nobody expected. But it's difficult. I love more or less everything we launched this year, so it's not an easy question. And in general, I have few favorite pieces. So I'll mention few if you don't mind. It's more by collection. Like in the Endeavor, I love the Endeavor perpetual calendar in tantalum with this enamel hammered blue dial, abyss dial. It's probably one of the most beautiful watch we ever did, in my opinion. In the Streamliner, depends on the day, but the small second or center seconds in general, but even the squares, it depends on the day. I love the salmon as well we did in the perpetual calendar. I think was one of our best. So I have a mix on Streamliner, not easy to answer. And finally, in the Pioneer, I love the cylindrical tourbillon of the Pioneer. For me, it's one of the best watch we did. And the new one with the orange dial is, on a day like this, outdoor, it's amazing on the wrist.
Radiant, yeah.
Yes.
So it's probably difficult to not want to have every single watch that you all produce,
yes,
especially as a co-owner. I know I would personally struggle with that.
I don't actually. I need to purchase my watches like anybody, so I don't own everything. I try to pick special things that I like once in a while.
Ones that resonate with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or that really I need to have and have one. I have the chance, like now, to wear a Gasly edition, but I don't own it. But I still have the chance to wear, so I still have the chance to wear more or less all the watches, but doesn't mean I own all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's definitely a beautiful piece. I'm rocking the first edition where it's got the name and everything on there.
The Green Dragon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful piece. Well, we appreciate the time, and thanks for having us out at Moserland. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you guys, and thanks for the time to
Thank you, Mike, and thank you for joining us in Moserland.